Very good morning. I think already in South Africa it is a very good afternoon. The time now in the beautiful Abidjan in Ivory Coast is 11 o'clock. And to all our South Africans, a very good afternoon. Abaya goeiemiddag, molweni, mzansi. It gives me great pleasure today to be able to just have a brief chat with you, coming live from the Ivory Coast in Abidjan. A beautiful day, quite hot and humid, as those who have traveled this beautiful continent of us know. Dit geef my groot voorreg om daarom 'n bietjie met u te praat hier in Midde-Afrika, in Ivoorkus, in Abidjan. En dit geef vir my 'n groot plesier om 'n bietjie van hier af met u te kan kom praat. Firstly, I would like to welcome everybody again and say thank you for the opportunity to always allow me in your home, in your office, in your car, and wherever at this current moment that you actually find yourself. I'd like to, though, just quickly announce two matters that are very close to me and some things that are currently very relevant. Firstly, may I give, on behalf of the United Independent Movement, on behalf of the people of South Africa, and on behalf of all our followers, our most greatest condolences to the country of Ivory Coast, to the President and the people for the imminent loss 2 days ago of its Prime Minister Bakayoko. The Prime Minister, unfortunately, after a period of illness, passed away 2 days ago. In actual fact, the day after our delegation arrived in Abidjan. May God show peace, may God show mercy, and may He bring rest and restoration to the family of the Honourable Prime Minister, the people of Ivory Coast, for this sad loss. Secondly, as the President of the UIM, as a South African and a citizen, I also mourn today the loss this morning of His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini, His Royal Highness the King of our Zulu nation. As we all know, King Goodwill Zwelithini was a huge tree in our traditional forest, a great leader, a great man amongst his people. May I, on behalf of the United Independent Movement, hereby extend our greatest condolences, not just to the family of His Royal Highness, but also to the Zulu Kingdom. A Zulu Kingdom, a nation that has lost a monarch, but also a great leader, and also to a man that I know for more than 35 years, the Honourable Mangosuthu Buthelezi, our ex-president of the Inkatha Freedom Party, an honourable member of Parliament for such a long time. I know that today is a great loss and must be a great loss to His Excellency Prince Katja Buthelezi. To the South Africans that are currently there, may I extend my word of greetings. May I say that we have been today already in huge deliberations. We've been in fantastic meetings, and people have asked me what is my agenda for being in the Ivory Coast. People get annoyed, it seems, on social media when people actually ask, but what is the reason for travel and what is the reason for so many things I do? And I want to ask our members of the UIM, you, the strong people, that we should always have tolerance. I think the older I get, the more tolerant I get of matters. I don't just jump in, I just don't get emotional like a young lion. But with respect, if you want a president that needs to lead, then find someone that will listen. And I see, can I tell you what's amazing is I already have 400 people of you just gone live and linked to this talk. To the 400 of you, thank you very much for giving me this time. Vir die 400 van u wat hier is, baie dankie vir die tyd en ek waardeer dit baie. Today I wanted to speak to you about three things, irrespective of the tremendous loss that we've had in our country. about the matter of unity. We've had in the couple of 2 weeks as the UIM a sporadic advancement in numbers, a huge growth in sentiment that the UIM must be the new government in making. For this, I wanted to thank my staff. For this, I wanted to say to everybody in the executive of the UIM, to its members, to our dynamic and dramatic Women Bureau. That's right, we call you now the Women Bureau. And to the upcoming Youth Bureau of the UIM, words cannot thank you enough for putting together the past 2 weeks. In the past week, we have signed a dramatic declaration of alliance with the Griqua nation, representatives of His Majesty Adam Kok V, and an alliance which I am very proud of, including the catalyst Dr. Basil Leatherman and his people. Ending a week where we can look back at history is ending not only creating history, but making sure we learn from it for the future. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart the Griqua nation under His Majesty King Adam Kok V for allowing us this great opportunity, but more than that, a great responsibility. Now the march to sign such alliances with all the other indigenous nations, the Nama, the Khoikhoi, the San, the Ndebele, the isiXhosa, the Pondo, must march on. Our nation, South Africa, is not created out of one mold. It is a massive calabash of different spices, of different ingredients that makes our nation so great. I always look at the baobab tree, a true African result of beauty. And if you look at the baobab tree in Africa, its main functionality to us is giving shadow and a bit of rest and coolness in a very hot continent. But the baobab tree has got a fine definition of branch. It's unique in its shadow and growth. So I don't see a baobab tree. I see my country and the diversity that we are. Die baobab boom gee nie net skadu nie, maar dit gee ons 'n unieke oomblik om te kyk na eintlik wie ons is. Want as jy kyk na die takke van die baobab, is dit tog ons in ons verskil. Maar nie verskil in opinie of verskil dat ons land uitmekaar uit wil trek nie, maar diversiteit in eenheid. Our greatest strength, South Africa, is in actual fact our diversity. Our diversity gives us unity. And just look at this. From 320 people, we have just climbed to 450 watching what I'm trying to tell you. I'm sitting in a foreign country, yet I'm not. I'm sitting in an Africa that we love. And the message I wanted to bring to you today is not that of politics. It is not of an upcoming election. It is not about who we are. But it is something I wanted to get off my chest today. Whilst I am in an African country. You see, I make a mistake by telling you I am overseas or I am in a foreign country. South Africa, I'm not. I'm in an African country, which means I am actually home. For a strong Africa to be, we need a strong South Africa. And for a strong South Africa to be, we need a united Africa. We need to return to a South Africa that was a leader on this continent. We need to take our dignity back of our country that led so many structures of nation building on the continent. If you know your history, the birth of the new African Union happened nowhere else but in Durban, where the Organization of African Unity a decade or so ago gave birth to the renaming of the now African Union. Isn't it funny that it happened in South Africa? Yes, it happened there because there was a reason. It recognized South Africa as a leader. I'm sad to say that in the past 20 years we have lost that right. We have given up that right of being a country with a legacy of peace, a legacy of hope, a legacy of justice, but more than that, a legacy of compassion. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela believed that he is an African, but utmostly a South African. I believe that we should stop this phrase of saying that we should have this thing called a culture of tolerance. No. I would like to bring a new Neil de Beer UIM phrase today, and that is that we should have a tolerance of culture instead of just a culture of tolerance. For it is our culture and our diverse cultures that makes us unique. So let's coin a new phrase in South Africa. Let's coin a new phrase in Malawi, in Uganda, in Ivory Coast today. And the phrase is that instead of just having a culture of tolerance, we will start having a tolerance of culture. Because I'm not sitting in a foreign country today. I'm sitting in my Africa. So to all of you now, I've seen we've grown to more than 500 people online. Go ahead today and give out a message that we must have unity. Unity in diversity is in actual fact our South African official emblem slogan. But here's the unique thing. It was not written in English. It wasn't written in Afrikaans, Zulu, Pedi, Tswana, Sesotho, Zulu of isiXhosa. No. The wisdom of Nelson Mandela and those people said that the new slogan of South Africa was written in Khoikhoi. And when you now look today at your coin, at your government rand, at your money, you will see at the bottom of the emblem XI, XE, XA, XI. And you can't say it. You can't say your own country's slogan. Well, let me help you today and say it after me. Tri, Kara, Te, Ka. It's easy. Tri, Kara, Te, Ka. Now go tell your children this, if you've never known. This shows you the beauty of our country's history. That even when you carry a coin in your pocket, you could never say what it says on the coin. Jy het nooit geweet wat op daai muntstuk staan nie. All that you saw was XI, XE, XI, XA. Well, I've just helped you. Tri, Karateka is Khoisan. And what is the meaning of Tri, Karateka? It means unity in diversity. That's correct. Eenheid en diversiteit is our country's slogan, and you didn't know. If you did, spread it. Because this is our history. Unity in diversity. So fellow South Africans, thank you very much for the opportunity to just voice my sad moment of recognition of the passing of a great king, but also to sympathize and empathize with the people of the Ivory Coast for the loss of Prime Minister Bakayoko. Leadership defines itself when the people decide to govern. For a person to be a good leader, you must do two things. You must listen and you must take advice. The UIM is ready to listen, but more than that, the UIM is ready for advice. You, the people, must advise us. So South Africa today, while we mourn a great leader's fall, let's unify today around the Zulu nation and not mourn the death of a monarch, but celebrate his life. I look forward to coming back home. And in my native language of isiXhosa, I would like to say, Molweni, Unjani, apa nomslanje, apa ikaya, I Abidjan nomslanje, apa igomso, iboila kaya, apa imzanzi, nomslanje, abunkata, apa imon, nomvonkomu, goodwills velatidi, halala, halala, inkos yangom, halala. May God bless you. And may God show his reigning light over this Republic of South Africa. Mag die Here julle seën, mag die Here vandag sy hand oorskadu oor ons Republiek. Inkosi sikelele I umzansi nomslanje. See you soon. Pray for us. Pray for our country's goodwill. And remember, the United Independent Movement is your movement. It's personal. Let's change our country together. Thank you for the opportunity. Goodbye. South Africa first, and in God always number one. Bye-bye.